Hello everyone, good morning. So, welcome everyone. Welcome for joining today's webinar. We will wait for a few minutes for other participants to join. I can see some people have already joined. Thank you so much for attending this webinar on our weekend. Ronak, if you could just confirm, I hope I am audible.
Yes, Armin, you are audible.
Thank you so much. So I can see Chetali has joined, Ankita has joined, Bharti is here. Okay. Om is here, Pooja is here. Pooja's wishing me good morning. Good morning, Pooja. Just stay tuned with us until other participants join us, people who have registered, and then accordingly we will join. Good morning, Satya. Good morning, Shreya. Good morning, Dipari. Good morning, Arjun. Arjun, you won't be audible because here we would be able to speak. For any communication from the participants' side has to come on the chat group. Right? So the way you have messaged and you are asking us, so this is the correct way. There would be a few ground rules which I would be informing in a few minutes. Let other participants also join, and then accordingly, I will give you a gist about all the ground rules and how you can communicate with us. Good morning, Mayuri. Good morning, Rajesh. I am very happy to see people, all enthusiasts, join us to learn about the new topic. So today's topic is how to visualize in Tableau. So I hope many people are aware that we keep conducting webinars every week. So this is our very fourth webinar, and previous three were a great success. Many participants have joined, and they learned so many things. So, Ethans is trying to make awareness amongst people where whatever technologies, tools are really buzzing in the market, we are trying to make aware to people, students, working professional who all are joined amongst us. They should know that what exactly is going in the market. So, how to kickstart your career in IT, how to make your career into data analytics, data science, development, cloud, everything. So that is what is our motive, and that is what we are trying to do through these webinars. Good morning, Sakshi. Good morning, Dipali. Satya is also wishing me good morning. Very good. All right. So until other participants are joining and we are waiting for them, so just to understand the audience, so can I know that how many people here are students or working professionals or they are recently graduates? If you can just simply put your answer on the chat box, so I would know that uh, what is our crowd, and it will really help us to start the session in that particular way. All right. So Himanshu is saying he's a student. Om is a student. Very good. Rohini is a fresher. Bharti is a student. Very good. Shivani is a fresher. Sakshi is also a fresher. Good. Pratik is a recent graduate. All right. Very good, Shreya. You are from third year engineering. Very good. Okay, Dipali holds 1 year of experience. Very good. Pooja is experienced but is on a break. All right, Pooja. Sunny Boy is working professional in mechanical engineering field. Very good. Okay. So Sunny is willing to move to IT, I believe. So therefore he has joined us today. Rajesh is a fresher. Okay, wonderful. Also, can I just have a gist? Can I know that how many people are from Pune or outside Pune? If you could just simply, let us know from where exactly you belong to. Okay. Savadnya is from Pune. All right. Shreya Pune, Nashik. Okay. Pune. Mamta is from Pune. Okay. There's somebody who has joined from Karnataka. Very good. Vijaypura. Kritik is from Nagpur. All right. Shreyas is from Nagpur. Zubia Rahim Beg is from Aurangabad. Weber is from Pune, Vikas is from Pune, Mayuri is from Pune. I believe people who are from Pune can definitely come and meet us in person. Himanshu Patil is from Pune. Sunny is from Karjat Raigad. Very good. Same here, Shreya. Thank you so much. We will just wait for a few more minutes as other people are also joining in. I can see there is a rapid growth in participants joining the meet. So let's wait for them as they all have registered. Okay, so may I know like how many people have joined our and have attended our previous webinar? Last webinar, if anybody could tell, it was on which topic? Very good. Oh wow, Hazel did it. Very good. Okay, okay. Yeah, people are aware. Good. Wonderful, wonderful. So Hazel says it was a very good session. Sakshi said it's a Power BI. All right, very good. So it is in continuation to that. I hope in the previous webinar, people got an idea about what exactly data analytics is, and it will. It is something It is a really booming career in market, and there are various tools under data analytics. So one we have already covered, it was under Power BI. It was from the industry experts, subject matter experts. So today's speaker is Arjun sir, as everybody is aware. So he is the speaker for today, and he is definitely going to share all his experiences and knowledge. And it is really going to be very insightful for everyone. So, participants who are joined with us until now, may I know, is anybody aware what Tableau is? A simple yes or no could help us. Very good. It's a data visualization tool, right? All right, everyone. People can see a pop up on their screens, so they can just simply choose either of the answers so that I would be aware that how many people know what Tableau is. I feel today's audience is very prompt. I mean, they are very aware and they are very responsive. This makes the interaction very easy. So it's really impressive that people are responding to my questions. All right. So 14% people says that yes, they have used Tableau before and they are comfortable with it. So very good. I think some people in the meet should be like this, that who is aware about what the topic is, because you get a better idea. Whatever is being told and informed during these webinars are really informative and it's really helpful for the real audience who is actually looking forward to make career into Tableau. 62% people says that yes, they have heard but never used before. All right. And 25% people have no idea what Tableau is. So then don't worry. We would be explaining everything about Tableau from the scratch. All right. One last question. I would not take much time of you all. I am really liking this interaction with you all because people are responding. So may I know how many people come from IT background? I mean, technical, and how many are coming from non-technical background? Maybe students coming from maybe engineering degree, so relevant degrees or irrelevant degrees, non-technical. If I can also get a gist about that. Mayuri comes from technical, all right. Oh, Hazel is a school-going student, grade 12. Wonderful, Hazel. Wow, it's very impressive. I can see even college-going students are really interested. Yeah, you all can see a pop-up on your screens. So if you could just simply, select one. So Mamta comes from non-technical, even Sunanda is coming from non-technical background. Okay. Aditya is already studying AIDS. Very good, Aditya. So I can see as of now, 61 people join in the meeting. Are 61% people here are coming from technical background. Wonderful. No worries. People coming from non-technical background, don't worry. We are here to help you so that we can show you a pathway to IT. So soon you people would be changing your career from non-technical to technical as you're willing to. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So how many of you are aware of Ethan's tech? Have you previously heard about Ethan's? Wow, is a constant student. I'm very impressed, Hazel. Thank you so much for being so consistent. You have been joining all the sessions of ours. I might connect with you personally and take a feedback. Great. So Mamta knows about Ethan. Shivani is aware about Ethan's. Vaibhav More. Oh wow, he is doing a data science program from Ethan's. Very good. We have a few ex-students of Ethan's join in here. Wow. So Mayuri did one of the courses from Ethan's Tech. Very good. Yes. Hazel, you come and meet me in person. You seem to be very interested and you want to pursue a career into computer science. So we would be very pleased to help you and guide you to make you your way to IT. Wonderful. Already you're giving your IIT. Do go for computer science. Yes. All right. So Bharti is doing data science program from Ethan's. All right. Somebody is doing full stack development course from Ethan's. Wonderful. Data analytics. Very good. Very good. So I'm very grateful for everybody who is here for their prompt responses and for making this conversation very interactive. So thank you so much, all. I would just request you to wait just for a few more minutes because I have got some personal messages to some people are stuck somewhere on ways they would be joining. So just respecting their information and we would just wait for some more minutes. But I'm very happy to see people are pretty punctual. And even on Sunday, they have connected with us for this webinar. Yes, absolutely, Sake. We would be doing that. Yes. Within a few seconds, we would be starting with that. So, one last question. I mean, I don't know. I am super excited. So, I believe everybody is excited for today's finals for cricket, India New Zealand. So, how many of you are gonna watch today's match? And I think it's the last match for Rohit and Virat Kohli for this particular vertical. I'm gonna, watch today's match completely, and I'm supporting India. So I hope everybody is doing that. Yes, Sarvadnya, you would be getting a participation certificate, and that I would be uh, sharing the information during the ground rules. So I would be telling you about that. So I think we are good to start as everybody is uh, on time and people who have come. So I definitely respect you people being on time and being punctual. So welcome to today's masterclass. And today's agenda is to visualize what Tableau is, right? How to visualize through Tableau. So as I've already interacted and have a pretty a great idea that how many people are aware of Tableau and not. So today's session is conducted by will be conducted by Arjun sir. He's today's the speaker. He is holding almost 15 plus years of experience in industry and he's a seasoned PI and analyst and is a working professional. So definitely, he is the best person to introduce himself. So he would later be, coming on and speaking to you. So coming back to the topic, as it is about Tableau, today's masterclass is about Tableau. So before we start the meeting, I would like to take you through all the ground rules for today's meeting, as everybody has various questions. So would like to address over here. So first thing first, you all can see a question and answer tab on your screen, right? So any person who have any query during the session, when the speaker is talking, and if anybody comes up with any query, so you can simply put your question through the question and answer tab. So if audience is willing to ask any question, the question should come on question and answer tab. And the way I am interacting with you, and when the speaker is asking you any question, so the answer should come on the chat box, right? So I hope these two things are very clear with you. If the audience is willing to ask a question, it should come on the question and answer tab. And if we are asking you any question you want to answer, it should come on the chat box, right? Second thing, this session is getting recorded. So we would like to inform everybody. So people might have, be facing network issues or some people who have registered but are unable to join today's session because of some reasons, as I've already got some personal messages. So we are recording this session for further references. If anybody is willing to go through the session, could go through likewise, right? Also, as people are asking me on the chat box, yes, you all are going to get a participation certificate for this particular webinar. But yes, there are some terms and conditions. So people who would attend the session throughout, from the start to end, would be eligible for this certificate. So it would not happen that if it is a 90-minute session, people joining in the last 10 minutes would get the session. No, there is a dedicated team who is taking care of the attendance, making sure that who is connected with us from the very start, right? So we really appreciate your time, and definitely you would be getting a certificate for that. But yes, at the end of the session, we would be putting up a link, registration certification link on the chat box. So people who would go and fill the form would only get the certificate, right? So kindly cooperate with us. And people who are already joining these sessions from last three webinars are already aware. But people who are joining this for the very first time, this is for your information. Don't miss upon to fill the form through that link which you would get at the end, right? Also, I would like to thank Ethan's Tech for, really taking the efforts, coming up with such insightful webinars every weekend on Sundays and Saturdays, and which is really helping students. I do get personal messages. So Ethan's Tech is a leading technical IT institute, software training institute in the market from past 11 years. So they are here to, train people who are willing to kickstart their career into IT, people who are experienced, working professionals, want to upskill themselves. So they definitely reach out to us, and we help them to, develop skills which are required. And Ethan's believe that people should always be aware what exactly is going into the market. I think IT industry says that you need to be updated all the time. So there are every time there is a new technology coming into the market. So keeping yourself aware is very mandatory. So again, thanks to Ethan's Tech for taking the efforts and for coming up with such insightful sessions. Now coming up to the speaker, yes, Arjun sir, thank you so much for agreeing to us and being available here for taking this session. We really appreciate your time. So to the audience, as I've already said, Arjun sir is an experienced working professional. He's a subject matter expert holding 15 plus years of experience into data analytics. He is working on BI tools, data visualization, etc. I think nobody is best other than Arjun sir to give his introduction and tell people about your career and experiences. So I would like to hand over this meet and call to Arjun sir so that you can take it forward henceforth.
Hey, thanks, Arlene. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Uh, people, hello everyone. This is Arjun. So I have around 15 years of experience and all into business intelligence, data analytics, Tableau, Power BI, SQL, Alteryx. You all heard all those words or topics from Arlene. Already Arlene introduced me. Thank you so much, Arlene, for that. And so now, and I gone through few of the some questions also she asked, and people are very prompt here, and they have given the answers. People are already aware of Tableau. People are aware of Power BI. So very prompt audience. So let's start. I think without wasting time. So we'll go to the journey of Tableau. Sorry, and I'll show you how the Tableau works in the data visualization world and why it is the leader in visualization world. So shall we start now? Everyone excited? So let me share my screen just a moment. So is my screen up for everyone?
Yes, sir. The screen is visible.
Okay, thank you. So now see, this is a very simple, basic raw data we are having currently. Okay, where we have some IDs, row IDs, order IDs, and dates, some dimensions, some majors. Dimensions, as we said, dimensions are the ship modes, the text values, the text what we are seeing here. So we have ship mode, we have customer names, we have countries, we have state, region. So all these are dimension values. We have categories, we have subcategories, the product we are using here, and the last four, which are very useful. So this is what the majors are. So data, whatever the data you are seeing, and whenever you see any data, that data is the combination of dimensions and majors. So what are majors, what are dimensions? So majors are what we have to analyze, and dimensions are what, using those dimensions we have to analyze the majors. Okay, so without dimensions, without majors, you cannot analyze anything, first of all. So you see these many dimensions and these four majors. So if you want to analyze the sales, so how you have analyzed the sales with respect to category only? Without category, without subcategory, without these dimensions, you cannot analyze any sales, any quantity, discounts, and profit. Okay, so that is what first we have to understand in our data. When we got any data, when we saw any data, so what is dimension, what is major, how many majors are there, how many dimensions are there, and then from that we'll start our analysis. Okay, so this is a very simple sales data we have, and using this data, we'll start our journey in Tableau. Okay, so many of you are aware of Tableau, and some people are only heard, some use that. I saw that poll earlier. So in Tableau, there are different kinds of products we are available, okay, in the market. So what we will see here today is Tableau Desktop. What Tableau Desktop is, the people who already gave that poll, the answer that they have used, so they use that Tableau Desktop. So even in Tableau Desktop, there are two things. There is Tableau Desktop with license version, and then there is Tableau Public. Now, what is the difference? Public, as the name suggests, it is for public. It is free. You can download Tableau Public and use it for lifetime. But what is Tableau Desktop? Desktop is just a 14 days trial version. Okay, so when you use this Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop, in 14 days, after 14 days, Tableau Desktop will expire, but Tableau Public runs for a lifetime. Okay, so when you uh, download this Tableau Public, so you have to register there, and then you will get a Tableau Public registered name and a space where you can publish your dashboards. But of course, from Tableau Desktop, if you want to publish anything, then you need a Tableau server. Here you can see Tableau server, where you have to publish that. So both these things, even these first three things, are the license things. Okay, without license, you cannot do anything. But yeah, for public, if you want to learn Tableau, you can learn on Tableau Public. Okay. Now, next is Tableau Prep. Tableau Prep is a ETL tool, okay, where you prepare your data. So whenever you'll get the data, obviously you will not get the data every time from a one source. There are different sources, like some data is coming from Oracle, some is coming from Snowflake, some is coming from MySQL, some data is coming from SQL Server. I believe you heard these names before. These are the databases, leading databases in the industries currently. So you can at least, if someone has heard these things, so please give me the thumbs up so that I Snowflake, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server. These are the databases. I believe you heard those, right? And then you have a Tableau Public. The public I've already, which is a free version, and you can create everything and publish everything. So what is the best thing of Tableau Public is you create anything you publish, and even you can see what the world is creating. People around the world, what they have creating, what they have um, uh, what kind of dashboards they are creating, you can see those dashboards as well. Okay. And then the best thing of Tableau Public is you can download those dashboards as well with the data. That's why the name is Tableau Public. You cannot download anything from Tableau server, from any Tableau server. No one will give you that access. But yeah, Tableau Public, the best thing of Tableau Public is you can download any dashboard which you like with the data. Okay, and then there is Tableau Cloud. Of course, the world is moving around the cloud now. Tableau Cloud. Even the databases are on cloud now. You heard the name of Snowflake. Snowflake is a cloud database. Okay, so all these Databricks, all those are the cloud databases. Okay, so these are the currently these products that Tableau is using, and is in the market. People are using it. Okay, now the next is how the architecture of the Tableau is, how Tableau computes, how the data is converted into the visualizations, and how people are using it. Okay, so first one is the data server part, where the data server, when we say the data server, so in the data server, before going to the data server, we are collecting to the data in the Tableau desktop, okay, and published on the server. So when we are saying collecting the data, we are collecting the data from different data sources with different kind of data sources. So there are data warehouses, there are data marts, there are files, there are cubes. All these are different data sources, okay, and different kind of data you can get it, and you can publish it on Tableau server. Okay, so after collecting the data, once you'll connect the data, you have to change the data according to your requirement. It's not like every time I saw you the data, this is the data I have, I got the data and start creating the visualization. It is not like that. You have to understand what kind of columns are there, what are their data types, how many columns you are required for the analysis. It's not like currently we have in this data sets we have 20-25 columns, but every time you will not get a data like 10-15 columns. There are data sets which are having 50 columns, 100 columns. But of course, using those, once you load those 150 columns, whatever the number is, we don't need to analyze each and every column to use it in the visualization. Correct. So we have to first understand what data is required. Okay. Once that is done, then we have to go to the data connector. So data connector is what? Data connector where what kind of data basis, okay, is there, and Tableau connector or MDX connector is what? The data which is computing inside the Tableau, these are the engines are helping the SQL connector and the MDX connector. So when we move to Tableau desktop in few minutes, I'll show you, I'll create those visualizations for you. So something is going behind that. And that is what the SQL connector and MDS connectors are. Those are the connectors will help you to understand the data, to get the data from the databases and help the visualization to create. And of course, then the Viz SQL server and the data servers are also there, which help the end users to get it, to get those visualizations from the that particular link what we have published in the Tableau server, and from that particular link they can see it in your tab, their desktop machines, in their mobile, and everywhere. So this is how the Tableau architecture works. Okay, so once we move, understand the architecture now we'll go to the Tableau now. So this is the first page of Tableau. Once you open the Tableau, this is how it looks. So of course I have created few things. That's why these workbooks you can see here. But when you see it in the first time, you will not see anything here. Okay, because it is asking me to open directly what I have. But here you can see the things that to the file and to the server. Okay, so what is to the file and what is to the server? So to the file means these are the flat files like Microsoft Excel, CSV files, text files, JSON files, okay, PDF files. The data is coming from these files. But when we say that to a server, then the servers are the servers which I just took a name from. So I just need to take this. Not the public one. Let me check this one. So to a server, when we say to a server, yes. So here when we say to a server, so I have two things currently with me. One, this is Tableau desktop, okay, where you can see all these flat files from to a file and to a server. So when you click to a server, you can see these many connectors in Tableau. From A to Z, these many connectors Tableau can connect with. And if you can see any, if you cannot see any of the connector here which you want to connect with, you have a JDBC and ODBC connector as well. So using those JDBC, ODBC connectors, you can connect with any database in the world. Okay. And what is to a file? So to a file are that is Excel files, text files, and JSON files, PDF files. So this is desktop, Tableau desktop, where you'll get all the connectors. But then this is Tableau public. The only difference between the Tableau public and the Tableau desktop is this part, that is Tableau server. Because in Tableau public, you can only see these many things in a server. And you can see here Tableau public desktop. And this is Tableau desktop. So this is the only thing is the difference between the two things. Now I'll tell you why it is. Okay. So this is obviously the 14 days trial version. Okay, where you will get each and every data source to connect with, and with each and every functionality of the Tableau. But as the name suggests, it is Tableau public. No one will allow you to get their data which they have stored in their databases. That's why the data which is coming from databases, from these databases, the companies are using these databases to store their secure data, correct? So no one will allow you to use these databases and publish on the Tableau public site. Otherwise, each and every one in the world can get their data easily, and then there will be no security of the data. Correct. So this is the main difference between Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop. Okay, fine. So any question till now? Anyone is having any question? Okay, which version you can install any version. You can go to the Google and you can install the latest one for the practice. The Tableau will in the site you will get the latest version. Okay. How can we work on Tableau desktop applications? So yeah. So when you can download Tableau desktop, okay. And in Tableau desktop, you can go to the Tableau desktop site. There you can find the 14 days trial version of Tableau desktop. Okay, so I hope you will get the understanding of what is the difference between Tableau desktop and Tableau public. First of all, yes, no. Okay, now, so this is the only difference. Other than that, all the functionalities of Tableau you can see. Okay, now we'll go to Tableau desktop and I'll show you how to connect to the data source. So anything like Microsoft SQL Server, like you select, so you have to give the server name. You have a server name. You have to give the database name, which is optional, but it's good to give. And then either you can give with the Windows authentication directly, or you have to give the username and password, and then you can connect to the Microsoft SQL Server, and there you can get your databases and the tables. So this is how you can connect with any of the databases. But when we go to the flat files, that will directly give you the access of your one moment. So once you will just click on any of the flat files, it will browse to your machine, and there you can get your data. Okay, so this is how we can load the data. So suppose you have connected to any database, any flat files, or any data or any sources. This is how the data loads in the Tableau. Okay, so as I have connected to this file, which I've shown you, this is the file order returns people. So you can see your returns and people. Right. So this is how I got the data in the Tableau. And now these are my tables to which I can play with. So now Tableau is very user friendly. Okay, you just need to double click and the data stores in the data pane. So this is our data pane where the data stores. And once the data stores in the data pane, you can see the name of the data, you can see the data source name, the table name, how the data looks. This is the preview of your data with 100 rows. It is given, it is here that we have loaded 100 rows. So this is the same data which we have here. Okay, and if then you want to change anything here, then this is the transformation tab is also available. So we have to see this. So then once the data loads here in data pane, you can see first the two kind of connections, which are the most important thing here. in this particular pen, in this particular page. So live connection and the extract connection. Now, what is live? What is extract? So I'll give you the simple example. You went to see a match, in any match, any cricket match, any football match, or चलो आज इंडिया वर्सेस न्यूजीलैंड फाइनल है तो उसी का एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं. सो विराट कोहली इज द batter who loves most by the people. So Virat Kohli's match is there. Okay, you went to see the match live in the stadium. Okay, you can saw the whole match there. Okay, that is live. You went there, you see there, that is live. But you what you think, I have to see this batting of Virat Kohli again and again. You uh, get the video of Virat Kohli's innings. Okay, you came back home, and again in the night you again started watching the Virat Kohli's inning in your mobile. So you went in the ground and see the match that is live. Everything is happening before you, and that is a live connection. But the next thing is, you stored the data in your device. Extract means, suppose you have stored with you stored the data from any of the databases. Okay, the data is updating again and again, after 5 minutes, after 10 minutes, after 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour. What is happening, whatever is happening in the database, in the back end, you can see it in your dashboard. Okay, you don't need to refresh your data. Okay, the next is data extract. Now, what is extract connection? Extract connection means you get that you stored the data. Okay, and once you stored the data, it is using your machine's RAM. The data is stored in your machine, and whenever you want to connect to that data source, you can connect. Now, what is the difference between live and extract here in Tableau? So as I said, whatever the example I have given you regarding the cricket match, the same here. Whatever is changing live in the database, you can see it in your dashboard. But if something happened to that database, then your dashboard will become blank, because you have connected live. So if something happened to that database, so you will not see anything in your database, in your dashboard, sorry. But if you have connected with extract connection, in that case, you have stored the data in your RAM. So if something happened to that database, you don't want to worry about. Your data is stored with your machine. Okay, the only thing is happened that you cannot refresh the data. Whenever you will refresh the data, you will get the same data till the database will fix. Once the data will fix, you will get the new records again. So this is the difference between live and extract, which is we have to understand before go to the dashboard creation. Before the understand, we have to understand this, why we need to use it. If the user want the live data again and again, he or she don't want to refresh the data every 5 minutes, every half an hour, every 1 hour. Go with the live connection. If user wants the data to refresh once in a day, once in a week, once in a month, then go with the extract one. Okay, so this is the difference between the live and the extract connection. Any question again? Any question till now? Other than this one, which I just saw, can we connect SQL in Tableau Public? No. So we cannot connect to any database in Tableau Public because we don't have an option. And I have already given you the reason why we cannot. In databases, we store the secure data, right? And if we create anything and publish it in the Tableau public site, the data will be public to everyone. So there will be no security. Okay. So this is the main difference. Yeah. I hope I have given the answer. Okay. Yeah, Gitanjali. Yeah. So now I'll show you simple 2-3 transformations which we can do in Tableau in this page only. Okay. So now, first of all, if you want to change the name of the field, okay, like order ID, if you want to rename it, you just need to either double click it or you just go to this arrow, click here and click on rename. So whatever the name you want, you can give like order underscore ID. Okay. You can say this order underscore ID here. Fine. Now, if you want to copy the values, of course, you can copy these values, copy and paste it in Excel. Okay. So you just come here, here, and you just paste it. So copy and paste. So why these things given you? Sometimes what happened, you have the Tableau dashboard, but you don't have an access of the data source. But you want to see that data source, you want to analyze something. So what you can do, copy and paste all the things, whatever the columns you want to copy, and then you can analyze it in Excel. Okay, so very simple things are given here, very basic and very simple, very interesting things. Okay, now if any of the column you don't want to see, okay, so see what happened. These are the 2025 columns available, but if 2025 columns you don't want to use in the visualizations, okay, so what is happening, when these 2025 fields you load in the Tableau, Tableau loads all the field, but at the time of visualization, when we go to the visualization level, okay, the if you don't want to use any fields, okay, and you use it in the visualization pane, what is happening? Unnecessary load will be there in that dashboard. Okay, so suppose you have this 21 fields, and out of 21 fields, you don't want few dimensions, few measures to load. So you just click here, okay, and hide them. So once you hide there, instead of 21, now you can see 20. Okay, so now I'll show you one thing. Now, once this is the data pane, and when we'll go to the sheet one here, this is where we created the reports and the visuals. Okay, now I'll show you a very interesting thing here. Suppose I don't want to load this row ID in the data. Now currently row ID is there in this visual. Okay, this is loaded now, but I don't want to load this row ID or order ID in the visual. So what we can do, I'll just click here and I'll click hide. Now I come here, you can see there is no order ID here. Okay, so now order ID is not loaded in the data set in this visual pane. So there will be no load for that particular column. So the performance will be better now. right? So now in this way, I can load only those columns which are useful for my visualization. Okay, fine. So this is how we can store the data. Okay, now you can see this hash ABC, these calendars. So whatever is ABC is the text values. Okay, whatever is calendar is your date values. Okay, what is hash is a numeric value. Now there are some globe things because these are the geographics data. Then there is text values again, and then there are again some hash values. But you can see the difference between the color blue and green. Now what is green, what is blue? Okay, now when I load the data here in the sheet 1, you can see the division of the data. Some is green, some is blue. Now what is this? So this is the difference between the data we have loaded, and this part is the major part, the majors which we will analyze. This is the dimension data using which we'll analyze this thing. So these are the dimensions, these are the majors. This is how Tableau is very smart. It divides the data by its own. It reads the column name, acha, discount, profit, quantity, sales, numeric value. Fine, these are majors. I have not done anything. Tableau did it by its own. Category, okay, these names, city, country, okay, these are the dimensions. So this is green, this is green, the data which we have to analyze, and by with the help of the dimensions which we use to analyze these things are the dimensions. So these are majors, these are dimensions. Tableau bifurcate by the color. You cannot change these colors. Huh? This is Tableau thing, this is permanent. Okay, now one more thing here. Now suppose you want to restrict some data. Okay, you want to, I have a data, suppose for 4 years in this dashboard, and uh, sorry, this data source is of 4 years, and now I want to analyze the report for 2 years only. Okay, so what we can do, I'll go to the order date, I'll just click here and I'll select the year and I'll go to next. So now I have a data of 14 to 17 and I have to use only 17 and 16. Okay, so now you can see the data is only of 17 and 16 year. Okay, so what we can do, I'll just bring this year here and you can see only 16 and 17. Before that, if I remove this and click OK, and you can see here we have a data of 4 years. So you have an option that you can filter the data whatever you want and how much you want. Okay, so I'll go to the order date and I'll click here, use the data, and now I go here again and I can see only the data of 16 and 17. Okay, so you can restrict the data whatever data you want. So this is the filtering of the data at the data source level. Okay, now any question again? So you can restrict whatever the data you can and whatever the data you want, you can take it there. Okay. Now, once I'll remove this, and I want the whole data. Now I'll show you how the visuals we can create the visuals here. So you can see this. These are sheet ones. Okay, sheet one, sheet two, sheet three. So when you will click on this part, only sheets will open. When you will click on this part, the four square, these are the dashboards. Okay, and when you will click on this part, this is the story, the book sign. This is the story. So now why there are three things? So the three things are the sheets will make the dashboards. The dashboards and sheet will create stories. Okay, the hierarchy will be like the smallest thing is sheets, after that the dashboards, and after that the stories. You cannot create the sheets using the dashboards or using the stories, or the dashboards using the stories. Okay, so you can use the sheets and dashboards to create the story, or you can use the sheets to create the dashboards, but not the vice versa. Okay, so this is the visual sheet, first sheet, where we can create the visuals. The only thing is, every sheet you can create only one visual. You cannot create multiple visuals here. Like few of you already have done the Power BI session. So there you can create so many visuals in one workbook or a book. But here in sheet, you can create only one visualization. Okay, so I'll quickly create 3-4 visuals, and I'll make a dashboard for you how it will look like and how fast you can create the dashboards in Tableau if the data is ready. Okay, for you. So when I'm saying data is ready, I've already told you whenever you'll store the data, it's not like that every time whatever the data you have stored is what you want or is the same way you want. Few of the transformations you have to do. Okay, very rarely you can see that whatever the data you have loaded, you can directly use it. Okay, so whatever the transformations you will do, after that you can use that data in the form of visualization. Okay, so here in my case, once the data is ready, so that's why I said once the data is ready, my data is ready, I've start creating the visuals now. Okay, so while creating a visuals, I'll explain you this marks cards, the filter as well, how we can use it. Okay, so now I have to analyze that what is the highest profit, or what kind of profit I'm getting in each category. Okay, so the simple thing is profit by category, right? So I'll click, I'll just click on category, so you can see category is there, and I'll click on profit. Okay, so now this textual or tabular format is already I have. Now the best thing in Tableau is you just need to show me button here. You can see the show me button in the right hand top corner. You just click it. Okay, now with this dimension and measure, what Tableau is suggesting is these many visuals you can create. The visuals which are disabled or lighter, you cannot create those. So Tableau is very smart, and it is telling you that when with one dimension and with one measure, you can create a pie chart, you can create a bar chart, you can create a stack bar chart, or a bubble chart, or a tree map, these type of visuals you can create with. So I want to create a pie chart. Okay, so when I create a pie chart here, okay, this is coming very small. I want to see it a whole pie chart to cover to this sheet. Okay, so what I can do here, you can see the standard. I just click here and click on entire view. So once I click on entire view, you can see here all the data onto all the space it captures. Now the next question is, but nothing is visible, means the names, the numbers, nothing I can see. So don't worry. Just click here, show marks levels, and here it is. So you can see, you just need to hover. Category is 145, furniture is 18, and office supplies is 120. Okay. Now, if you don't like the colors, these are Tableau basic colors. If you don't like those colors, no worries. Go to the color pen, click here, and here, this is automatic. You have these many range of colors. These many range of colors. Whatever the range of colors you like, click. Okay. Once you click on the any palette, okay, you need to assign the palette. Now, once you assign the palette, what Tableau is doing, it takes the first three, because I have these three values. If you have four in the values, then it will take the four one. So if you have 10, it will take 10. If you have 20, it will take 20. So this is how. Now I'll just click on apply. So it takes the first three. But if you want to change from this palette only, you have to take the different colors. So what you have to do, from furniture, just click on furniture, click on yellow, apply. Now for office supplies, click on office supply. Click the color, apply. Again, technology, select technology, click the color, apply. Okay, and if you don't like these colors again, just click on reset. So reset will give you again the automatic one. Again, you like something else, okay, fine, these, assign this palette, okay, apply, done. That's it. So your pie chart is complete. Okay. Now this tooltip is, you can see that office supplies is this one, and here you can see the categories of which color it is. Okay, the furniture is blue one, the orange one is office supplies, and the gray one is the technology. So these are the legends also you can see. Okay. Now, next thing is, I'll create the sales by subcategories. Okay. So I'll take a subcategory here, and then I'll take a sales. So this is the sales. I have 17 subcategories. Now, how I can say that this is 17? I haven't count these, but Tableau is very smart. You can see here the 17 marks. So these are 17. You can count. Okay. So whenever the data comes in this particular sheets, it gives you the marks, and these marks are the number of records for that visual. So you don't need to count again and again. Okay. Now I'll use the bar chart for this. Okay. But now the thing is, the data I want it in a sorted manner. Data is not sorted. So here you can see in this panel, sorting ascending, sorting descending. I want to see the descending order. Just again, I'll click on label, click on my labels again, and then you can see the number of records. Now again, the question is data is not visible. Few of the numbers are not coming. Fine. Now it is coming. Okay. Now first thing is I need to give the name. So this sheet one. I don't know what is sheet one. So sheet one is just click on this sheet one. It will open this box. You can give the name. What it is? It is profit by category. Okay. You can design this the way you want. Done. Profit by category. Again, once will come on this sheet. What is sheet 2? So this is sales by subcategory. So your visuals will tell that yeah, this is sales by subcategory. This is profit by category. Okay. Now the interesting thing I will tell you that I will click on technology. Okay. And once I click on technology, the data which is related to technology in this sheet will filter automatically. And this is a action filter. Okay. Now how we can implement this. Okay. So what we can do, I will go to the worksheet. Okay. And in the worksheet, you can see here the action. So what is action? Action is you perform some action on one sheet and it will show you the answer in another. Okay. So I'll just filter the data here. Okay. From sheet 1 to sheet 2. So this is source and this is target. So source is what? From where the action will happen, and the target is where the action we can see the result of the action. So I'll just select the sheet 1 from where I have to click, and the target is sheet 2 where you can see the result. Now here what it is, these 6 options. These 6 options are run the action on. Matlab, when we hover the data, the action will perform. When we select the data, where action will perform, and the menu. So these are the 3 options. So hover is very irritating. I will show you how it is. Okay. I'll click OK. Okay. So I'll just click here and I don't even click. I just hover it. I hover it and you see the data is filtering on the next page. See. So this is what user don't prefer, because if they by mistake just hover on any of the part, the data will filter and every time, which is not recommended. Okay. So what you can do, go to the action again, double click on this and just select filter. This is filter is one thing which every time user want. Okay. With select option. Okay. So run action on select, and then there are 3 options. Clearing the selection will. Clearing the selection will keep the filter value, show all values, and exclude all values. So I'll show you all 3 things. So first one is keep the filter value. So I'll click on OK. Okay. Now I click on technology. Once I click on technology, we are on sheet 2. Okay. The data is filtered automatically. Now I click here again on sheet 1. I reset this visualization. Now again, once we'll go to this sheet 2, you see the data is still filtered. Okay, this is because I've used this particular option of key filter values. So even if you reset the visual in the first sheet, the data will be, you can see the filtered data only. Okay, now I'll show you the next option is show all values. So I'll click here. Now I'll go to sheet 1. Okay, data is filtered, or maybe we can see some other. Now I reset it again and I'll come to sheet 2. You can see again the 17 values. Okay, now again I'll click on office supplies and again go to sheet 2, reset, come to sheet 2, and you can see the data is reset. Now the last option for this is exclude all values. Exclude all values, what will happen when you use this? So I'll click on technology, data filtered on sheet 2, come on sheet 1, reset the visual, and you can see sheet 2 is empty. Why? Because you choose this option of exclude all values. So this is how action filter works. Okay, clear? Any question here? Anyone? No? Okay. So now I'll create one more visual and then we'll go to the dashboard, how the dashboard looks. Okay. So quickly I'll create. And here I'll create the visual with a drill down option. So now in Tableau, there will be no drill down, but there is a very small functionality is available, that is hierarchy. So now how to create a hierarchy data. Okay, so I have to create a textual or a tabular visual where I want to see the category, the subcategory, the region, product, the segment, and all the other stuffs. Okay, so how we can create? So we can create the hierarchy. So you just go to this category and here you can see a small white arrow here. Just click here. Okay, and the third last option of hierarchy, you just click create hierarchy. Okay, so this is you can give hierarchy. This is your product hierarchy is created, and you can see this new logo is coming here now. So this is your hierarchy now. Okay, so under category now I want the other dimensions as well. Okay, so what I can do, I can use subcategory as well. So what I can do, I just click on subcategory and drag it here. So when I drag it here, you can see this black color line comes and you just need to drop. Okay, now category and subcategory comes under this product hierarchy. Now I want to get this product name as well here. So I just click, drag here, drop. Region, drag here, drop. Then segment, drag here, drop. Okay, ship mode, drag here, drop. And I want to analyze these dimensions with respect to sales. Okay, so with respect to sales, my hierarchy is already created. I just drag this. So once I drag this hierarchy here, you can see the plus sign comes, and this plus sign is what the hierarchy, this tells me how the data is drilled down. So click on this, you can see here the subcategory. Click on this plus sign again, you can see the product name. Click on this plus sign again, you can see the region. And again, click on these minus signs. These are drill up. So this is drill down. You are going at the lower level, and this is drill up. Okay. Now I want to analyze with the sales values. So I'll just drag this sales value at the text, and you can see now. So data will bifurcate accordingly. This is category wise sales. This is category and subcategory wise sales. This is category, subcategory, and product wise sales, and so on. This is how my visual I have created. I use it in a entire not it will use, and then we can use this space accordingly. Okay, so few of the names are not we can see easily. You can use this space. You just need to go here. The arrow comes. It is like Excel. You can see it in Excel as well. So you see these names properly. Okay. And now this is my detailed data. So this is my third sheet. By using these three sheets, I'll create a small dashboard for you. This is the I come to this dashboard pane, and here in dashboard I can see these three sheets of mine. Sheet 1, 2, 3. You can give the name. This is you can use this same name here. Okay. Now you go to sheet 2, click here, copy, okay. And again on this, detail data, copy and paste. And once you come here, you can see this. So this is the area where you can create your dashboard. Now, thing here is you can customize your dashboard height and width. This is by default 1000 width, 100 height. I want to say it 1500, and the space is exceeded for me. Now I want to create a dashboard. Now see, while creating a dashboard, I don't want to drag and drop every time. Just click, click, click. It will take the space accordingly. I think here we have not done that. Yeah. What I did, I'll remove it again. I'll remove this again, and I'll remove this as well. I just double click, double click, double click. Done. Simple. It takes the space and fix the visual in the space. Now, if you want to use the showcase the visual at the way you want, then in that case, first remove everything, and here you can see these objects. There is a tilde and floating. So tilde is what every time you just click, it's use the space directly. It fixes there. You cannot move it. Okay, you cannot move it. You cannot move it. But once you'll click on floating, now it takes only this space. Okay, so whatever the additional things you want to use it, so everything is floating now. Everything is floating. So when you have more visuals, okay, so that time you just need to use the floating thing. When you have less visuals, directly double click it and fix it. Okay, And now I want to give the dashboard name as well. What is the name of the dashboard? So first of all, I just go to show dashboard title, click here, the dashboard name. So this is simple sales analysis. Okay, I give it here. This I'll increase the size. Okay, apply. Okay, I'll give. I want to give the color to this dashboard. Okay, so I'll go to the format title here, default, and I'll use the background color to the whole dashboard. If you don't want to give it to the whole dashboard, then go to the uh, shading to the worksheet here, and then you can give this thing. So the dashboard titles or the report titles you can highlight here. Okay, and if you want to give the dashboard color to the background color to the dashboard, so you can directly use this. Okay, now here if you want to give the dashboard border, you can use this. So this is very simple dashboard, but the thing is, as the data I have already with me, which is already sorted, which is I don't want to transform, the data is ready, the dashboard you can create as quickly as you want. The only thing is in your mind, what things you have to prepare, what kind of visuals you have to create, and it will create it for you. Now again, in visuals, you want to go to the sheet directly, just click here. You can see here, go to sheet, just click and you are here. Okay, right click on this area, format this sheet. If you want to give the color to this particular sheet, you can give colors to the particular sheet. For this sheet again, you have to use, again go to the format. Okay, click here, use this. Again for this one as well. Sorry. Again click here, click. Okay, go to the dashboard and you can see in dashboards as well, you can see this background color for your sheet. So background color for your dashboard, background for color for your sheet, headers for your visuals. You can do so many things, so many formattings. Okay, format title, I want to change this color to something too dark or something different color, which align. So you can give like this. So in just 1 hour, or not even 1 hour, in half an hour, we have created this dashboard. So every time just understand whether it is Tableau, whether it is Power BI or whatever the tool you are using, if the data is ready, you can create dashboard as fast as possible. Okay. So this is how you can use Tableau, okay, and you can create visuals as fast as possible. Okay, so this is a very simple small data analysis dashboard I have created. Okay, there are other visuals, there are other things. Okay, but as the time permits me, I can create this much. Okay, because I have to explain you other things as well. The basics which I've told you before, that to understand why you have to transform the data, how many columns you have to load. Don't load unnecessary data which is not required for your analysis. you are analyzing the data or the visual with 10 or 15 columns, and you are loading 50 columns. The unnecessary load of 35 columns will be on your dashboard, because data computes at the back end with the whole data what you have loaded. So always remember these basic things, small things, which is helpful for your dashboard performance. So I have created this dashboards only with few dimensions. You can see very few dimensions. I think one, two, and these some 7 or 8 dimensions and two majors. So all in all, I can say like 8 or 10 uh, rows, or sorry, 8 or 10 dimensions and majors. And I have loaded 21. So currently this will works very well, but once the data loaded every day in this visual, it will become slower and the performance get affected. Okay. So these things we have to remember while creating a dashboards in any of the tool, you can say. Okay. So yeah, any questions, guys? Uh, uh, any questions, guys? Any specific question is having anyone? You can ask. Okay, so I'll ask you very basic question to you. How many of you have ever seen a Tableau dashboard before? So there is now that poll comes, if you have used the dashboard before or created a dashboard before or have seen any dashboard before. Never. So someone has already used it. Good. So most of the people I have seen but not never use it. Okay, 25%, 58%. And most of the people are saying they haven't used it. So what do you feel with this 1 hour of session? You can create a dashboard. Tableau is very user friendly. You can easily create dashboards if you are data ready. Okay, so the people who are those who have given not never, they have never used any, not able to create before, and now they are trying to create anything after this session. I'll definitely um, tell you that you can easily create dashboards and Tableau now. Okay, Tableau is very simple, very simple. Okay, you just need to double click the data. You can see it in the sheets. Okay. So any other question? So now my last question to everyone. Does this particular session helps you? You understand what Tableau is, the basics of Tableau? Is this session gives you some idea about Tableau? The people, those for those especially who never heard about Tableau, never used Tableau, never seen before anything about Tableau. How can we enhance the performance of the dashboard? Yeah. So a very good question. So how you can enhance the performance of the dashboard? The first thing which I've told you before, that you cannot store unnecessary data in your dashboard. So when you load the data at the Tableau, don't use unnecessary data, filter that out, or remove those columns which are not required. Second thing is your calculations are made by numeric values only. Don't create so many calculations with text value. Otherwise, the performance will degrade. Okay. Don't create unnecessary visuals on the one workbook or the work on the one dashboard. Don't create maximum you can create 5 to 6 visuals in a dashboard. Don't use don't try to create 10 15 in one dashboard only. That will give you a performance issue. So these are the three things which you have to understand while creating a dashboard. Then only your dashboard performance will be very good. Remove unnecessary data. Don't create so many unnecessary filters with text columns. And the third one is create multiple. I will create. Yes, you can create multiple dashboards. Yes. Sure. Okay. And there is no limitation of creating any sheets or any workbook or any stories. Okay, you can create multiple stories, you can create multiple dashboards, you can create multiple sheets. Okay. And the best thing is, one more thing which I'll tell you, the last thing is, once this dashboard is already created, now you just click on this dashboard where the dashboard one is written. Just click here, right click, and hide all sheets. So once you will hide all sheets, the sheets from which you have created this dashboard, no one can see. They can see only dashboard 1. Of course, dashboard 2, which I've just created to show you. So we just remove this. And if any of the developer which want to see each and every sheet from this dashboard, what they want to do, just right click again, okay, and unhide all sheets. So you can easily go to those sheets. Okay. So yeah, guys, I think that's it. So, and I think I have given you the answers as well with your questions. If no one is having any other questions, so can we wrap up, please? Harleen or anyone from the...
Yeah, hi sir. Thank you for the
Hi.
interactive session. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So guys, do you have any doubts or any queries, something like that? So sir can answer that before we wind up. Okay, I don't think so. I think all the doubts are clear. So मैं एक certification link share कर रहा हूँ in the chat. Please fill the form so we can get the details, and we will share the certificate. I'll just pin it over here. Yeah. Some have doubts. What are the top skills a Tableau professional should master?
So top skills for Tableau professionals should master the career growth. First of all, the data analysis. Once you'll get the data, you have to analyze the data very well. It's not like data comes and we'll start creating a dashboard. It's not like that. So first of all, you have to analyze the data very carefully. Okay. Second thing is the visualizations which you are using. You have to aware for which particular kind of business problems, with what visualization you have to use. So I've given you a very simple example. Suppose you have to show the growth over the period of time, like a sales over the period of time or the profit over the period of time. So when I'm saying a period of time, it should present in your visual, the date should present over the period of time. So over the period of time, it moves Okay, so that will represent by the line chart only or by the area chart only. It's not like you are showing the over the period of time, the sales over the period of time, or profit over the period of time, and you are presenting that particular report with bar chart or pie chart. It's not like that. So you have to understand those things as well. Okay. Another thing is, of course, the performance. So the three things which I've told you that you have to take care about those performance issues so that you cannot face those performance issue while creating a dashboard or after creating a dashboard. Okay. Only thing you have to remember that once you will create any dashboard with whatever the number of data it is, the once any of the user click on that particular link of the dashboard, it should open before 10 seconds. If your visualization is taking more than 10 seconds, then you have to think about your calculations, your visual part, your data, all those things. Because users don't have patience for 10 seconds. They are like, you just click the dashboards, they are able to see. So these things you have to take care about. Okay. So if you want to master in Tableau, first data analysis, another thing is mastering on your data modeling skills, how many tables you have to use, what type of joins you have to give them, then visualizations, and as well as your uh, performance. These four things you have to take care of. I think I've give you the answers what you're looking for.
Okay,
Okay.
guys. So do you have any questions? Anyone else? Can you please just confirm like yes, no, so we can proceed?
Expecting and Tableau about interview questions. Uh, I would suggest first you will start using Tableau. You will get the interview questions by your own. Okay. Okay. Fine. So whatever the
Okay.
basics things which I've told you, the difference between the filters things, different between the live and the extract. Okay. So these basic things you are aware of. है ना? So there are so many questions, but yeah, of course, I cannot in this session. If I'll start telling you, that will take more time. Okay. Okay. So, sir, shall I drop then?
Sir, and thank you so much, sir, for the session.
Thank you so much
I
for
hope
giving
the
me the
students
opportunity.
are much
And
informative
for
about Tableau now.
yeah, and thank you so much, students, for your interaction. You are very interactive, giving me answers very promptly. Thank you so much. Hope this session helps you and at least give you some idea about Tableau. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Guys, have you filled the form? Whoever is available in the meeting. If you couldn't fill the form, just fill the form. I have shared the link again, so it will be helpful for you. Yes, Pawan, do you have any doubts? Okay, okay. Yeah, so guys, thank you. Can we drop now? Okay, Pawan, understood.